The much awaited year of 2026 is here, and I'm so excited to share with all of you your astrology predictions for 2026. 2026 is a year of new beginnings and where we reap the rewards for all the efforts and hard work that we have been putting for the past 3-4 years. So, if you want to dive deep into in-depth, most accurate, detailed astrology predictions for 2026, then I highly suggest you look into your sun, moon, and rising signs. If you don't know what are your sun, moon, rising signs, then you can use any online birth chart calculator to find out the placements for your sun, moon, and rising signs. The rising sign, or your sign of the ascendant, is the sign of your first house in astrology. It's going to tell you how each house, how every area of your life is going to function. So I highly recommend you do look into your rising sign. Your sun sign is going to tell you more about your work or profession or soul purpose, because sun is the natural indicator of our soul, our identity. And your moon sign is going to tell you more about your emotional and mental well-being during the course of the year and how things are going to be for you emotionally, because moon is the natural indicator of our mind and our emotions in astrology. If you don't know your time of birth, then you can definitely use your moon sign or your sun sign based on the day on which you were born. So once you've calculated these details, you can go into the description box to your own sign to find out your personal astrology prediction. I do want you to know that I refer sidereal astrology or the Vedic astrology, which is a little bit different from your zodiac sign, because sidereal astrology looks at the actual placement of the planets in the sky. So I do recommend that you find an online sidereal birth chart calculator to find your sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to pin one of the sidereal birth chart calculator in the description box for your reference, but you can use any that you may like. As I said earlier, definitely check out your sun, moon, and rising. Now let's get into the video. So if you are Libra, sun, moon, or ascendant, then this is what you can expect in the year 2026. So Libras, for you, Saturn is going to stay in your 6th house for the rest of the year, and Saturn is all about discipline, routine, organization, and structure. And when it transits your 6th house, it's going to bring these themes to the areas related to the 6th house. 6th house is about your routine, your health, day-to-day environment, your employees. And so when Saturn is in your 6th house in the year 2026, you may be inclined to now be consistently taking care of your health, whether it is about a routine that you have to follow or a diet or a certain exercise routine. But now you're going to start taking your health seriously. It may start off as a crisis because, if you're not making those changes, then Saturn can really push you. So if you do see some health issues, it's best to know that Saturn is pushing you to bring organization and structure to your health. You need to now start looking at how you need to improve your health. What are the things that now you need to do consistently? How can you improve your routine? And routine is also looking at where are you investing your time. Is your day-to-day routine productive, or are you just wasting time on scrolling on your social media or things that are actually not very productive for you? Saturn here is asking you to evaluate, to make sure that you're actually building a life that is on your highest timeline. And Saturn is all about truth. Saturn just breaks through any illusions. And when Saturn is transiting through your 6th 6th house. If you have any illusions about your health, about your routine, you think everything is nice, but actually it isn't, and then Saturn is going to break through those illusions. So it's best to proactively start taking care of these things on your own. 6th house also shows your job, the work that you do on the daily, and this is the time where you will have to evaluate if the work that you're doing is actually in alignment with your long-term goals. If it's not, then you can experience some amount of humiliation or awkwardness at your workplace, or maybe you get a very strict or criticizing authorities figure there. But that is just because Saturn is pushing you and nudging you to redirect towards your actual long-term goals, and not to waste time out of fear doing things that actually do not fulfill you. If you are in a work that actually aligns with you, then Saturn is also about responsibility. So you may see an increase in responsibilities now, but this is not the time to shy away from work. When Saturn gives you more responsibilities, it's best to take them, and then that is actually just preparing you for a better and a higher leadership role or a promotion in the future. So that is the thing with Saturn. Saturn never denies, it only delays. It requires you to put repeated efforts and to do things with discipline and consistently. But if you do that, then the rewards are also really good. We also have a conjunction of Saturn and Neptune on 20th of February in your 6th house. And this conjunction has been happening for the past one and a half years. This is the last time in the cycle that this conjunction is happening. And so it's going to give you the reward for what you have been doing, what changes you have been implementing in the past 1.5 years. So it can also bring in some intense shifts in things related to 6th house. 6th house is also your employees. So you may have some issues there. It just shows that there is a need for some reorganization, or you may be able to come into contact with some people who are actually going to be aligning with you in the long term. But generally with Saturn's placement here, it requires repeated effort. It's not just like, you go in a first try, you get it. Generally, that's not what happens when Saturn is transiting a particular house. Jupiter is going to be transiting your 9th house till the month of June. This is a very lucky placement. 9th house is naturally the house of luck, and Jupiter is the planet of blessings and divine luck. So when Jupiter is transiting here, you may see that you are able to connect with your higher power or spirit guides or God, howsoever you like to name it, in a more efficient way. Like you have some epiphanies, or you feel as if you're spiritually guided, you're divinely aligned, you're just almost at the right place at the right time. Like you feel as if the luck is on your side. So this is a good placement. If you've been looking to settle abroad or maybe to travel abroad, the 9th house is also foreign travel, and so Jupiter's placement can help you get through any obstacles if you were facing in your foreign travel, and it can be good. It can give you opportunities related to foreign travel. This is also a good time to find a good guru or a mentor or a life coach if you have been looking for. Also, your relationship with your father or father figure can improve during this time, or something positive may happen in the life of your father. From June, Jupiter is going to transit your 10th house. 10th house is the house of our career, public status, reputation, authority figures, and when Jupiter transits here, it can give you that promotion that you've been working towards, or it is really good for your business expansion, or you may have like really benevolent authority figures, or you start getting recognition at your workplace, because 10th house is also recognition. So you may start finally getting the recognition for the work that you have been doing for such a long time. Jupiter here is also very good to almost bless your work. So if there was some work that actually you were not liking and you wanted to get out of it, this is actually a good time for you to change your job and move towards something that aligns with you better. From October, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 11th house, and this is really good. 11th house, the natural house of fulfillment of your desires, and 11th house is related to your social network, your business contacts. When Jupiter transits your 11th house, you can see that if there was any long-term goal you were working towards, this is the time when you start actually getting those desires. So if you've been working, say, maybe to expand your social network, this is a really good time to actually reap the rewards for that. If you have a social media presence and you have been working to increase your followers, then Jupiter's transit in your 11th house can be a really good nudge to actually increase that presence. Also in 2026, we're going to start the year stellium of 6 planets on your 4th house. So on 18th of January, we are going to have Sun, Moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury in the sign of Capricorn, which is your 4th house, and it's going to join Pluto that is already present there. So it's going to be a conjunction of 6 planets in your 4th house, and it's happening right at the beginning of the year, and it's almost as if intense changes are going to be coming to things related to 4th house, and it's going to be affecting the rest of the year for you. And 4th house is about our emotional foundation. It can be about our home, our mother, land, property. So any area related to these fields are going to see transformation, and you should be aware of it, and you should be open to those changes, because they're almost divinely guided changes that are coming into these themes of your life. Also in 2026, we are going to have 4 eclipses all on the axis of Aquarius and Leo. So Rahu, which is the north node, is going to be transiting the sign of Aquarius, which is your 5th house, and Ketu, which is also called the south node, is going to be transiting the sign of Leo, which is your 11th house. And so wherever we have the Rahu Ketu axis, that is the time where you'll see massive transformation related to the themes of those houses. Rahu in 5th house is actually a really good placement for getting a major leadership position. Like most of the political leaders actually have Rahu in 5th house. So Rahu in 5th house is a really good position if you have been working towards a leadership position. 5th house can talk about, your romance and dating and having fun in life. And Rahu's presence here can mean that you may be able to meet someone who is foreign to you, or you may be able to meet them through social media, because Rahu also shows social media. 5th house is also connected to your creative projects, and so with Rahu's presence in the 5th house, you may feel as if there is a strong urge for you to now start working on your creative project, because wherever Rahu is, that's where you become insatiable. The desire becomes insatiable to go after that thing. On the other hand, Ketu's presence in 11th house will show that there can be some sort of detachment that happens from your social network or from your social circle, and you may be evaluating if these are the people that you actually align with. And sometimes it happens that we go through so much changes that the same people don't align with us anymore. It doesn't mean that they're bad people, it's just that we're not on the same frequency anymore, or we don't want the same things out of life anymore. And Ketu's presence here is going to bring those spiritually aligned changes for you. You may also be able to attract a community of spiritually aligned people during this transit. So this is going to be a really powerful transit for you, and you should really make the most of it. So 2026 looks like a really powerful year for you, Libra. Make the most of it, and by the end of the year, I'm sure you're going to feel as if you've completely transformed yourself.